Want to show you another gutter adapter. Again, they're running tape on it because it leaked right at the house. Over here we got failure to some of the foundation items. This is pulling away from the patio. Look at, you got a taped up gutter adapter. Water just sprays during hard rains out of here. The tape ain't gonna hold it back or stop it. The guys are gonna take this group of gutters to a 4-inch main. This gutter, it's responsible for a lot of water. It's only 1 2x3, but we know it's gonna be maxed out. The one up here, it's gonna have water coming off of this peak, coming down into that valley on the roof. And then even though the gutter's small, it's going to be responsible for a lot of water. Now this one is truly just small. But we're going to take 3 3-inch plus lines to a 4-inch main, pull it under the walk, and look how far the guys are taking it away to get that water far away from this beautiful home. You need a piece of pipe for that fitting. When you're putting 2 fittings together, you always need a piece of corrugated pipe to connect them. Guys been working on this for a little bit here, a lot of roots. They're getting rid of the old one that's plugged. You can see no copper. That's what you get with no copper. The roots get right in. Thank you. You can see how the guys ran the copper sock. They got the copper sock on the 3-inch plus. This is really smart to go ahead and get that in place before you put the pipe in place. It's a lot easier now. If we try to put the sediment trap for shingle gravel inside that bed, the roots are just going to fill it. So Francisco's going to put that sediment trap right here on the other side of the sidewalk in the grass. This hole was over dug so that there's going to be a lot of pea stone underneath the catch basin. Everything hooks quick, easy, fast. Trevor went ahead, he cut that riser. He's got that fitted real nice. You can see the extra tape. Spare no expense when you're trying to keep those roots out. So buy yourself a 4-foot level, 4 or 5 or 6 foot, whatever, you know, something long. Basically, if it's flat, the bubble's going to be in between the lines. If you have slope, the bubble's going to be up towards the house. Cal was back here with this level. He dug this trench. He started as high as he could so that he can get the most slope. He went and checked this trench throughout the entire dig. He kept an eye on his slope. It's that easy. So we have 2 4-inch Ys. This one has a 4-inch main on it. And then we're going to pick up a branch line, 3-inch, to this 4-inch trunk line. Then we go through the hedge and to another Y. Now this Y is going to go to 2 different 3-inch lines. One for this downspout, and one that's coming from that downspout. So we have 3 branched lines off this one main trunk line. Look at how nice that 3-inch plus goes between the house and the hedge. Guys are going to put some copper sock over the pipe here. You can see all the tree roots. Basically, the tree roots are from this really big oak tree. And it's coming in here, getting all the nutrient from the lawn fertilizer. Now, we don't piece pipe together when there's a big tree like this. We make one connection at the catch basin. We tape that up. Then we run this all the way to the pop-up emitter. So you got one solid piece of pipe. It's not like PVC where you got to glue it every so many feet. You got to glue it again. And then that glue is not elastic. so it cracks when the ground shifts and moves. You end up with roots getting in the pipe. This corrugated pipe, when you run it the way I just showed you, just like you've seen these guys run one piece, that one piece went behind that hedge all the way around. Can't beat it. Can't beat it. You just made it next to impossible for these plants to root in one piece of corrugated pipe. Plus with some copper fabric, well now you have nothing to worry about. This is an underground buried downspout system that will last forever. There's no way Francisco can weigh 200 pounds.
With all this on?
Oh, okay.
Scale, unless the scale's at the
No, they're on. They're exact.
201.
One riser was all we needed. Anytime you go under a sidewalk, you're going to need a riser for your catch basin. All right, so let's take you through this before they bury it. A lot of work went into this one. Got the leaf filter, the riser, the inline sediment trap, lots of roots, lots of roots. We got copper sulfate, that's what the blue is. It's copper sulfate crystals. We got copper sock. I love the 3" plus. It goes under all the sprinkler lines, under and over. So this 3" line runs right over to this downspout. Another 3" line. We wide them to a 4" main because both downspouts are flowing a lot of water. We got that 4" pipe going through the shrubs. Right here, we're picking up another branch to this main 4" trunk line. So we have three 3" lines that are pretty maxed out on one 4" main, and we're taking it all the way to the sidewalk. All right, so Dirk just cut this open so we can show you what's inside. Look at that. Roots and shingle gravel. Unbelievable. This is exactly what happens when you don't tape all your connections, you don't have a leaf filter to filter out all the organics, you don't have a catch basin to catch all the shingle gravel. This shingle gravel got caught up in the leaves and the roots. So you need a leaf filter and you need to tape it. And then the shingle gravel in a smaller diameter pipe on a 2x3 will go all the way down to the sediment trap. That's ridiculous.
Just roots in there. Yeah, that's a whole system in there.
All right, so right here is what the guys are putting in. Copper sulfate crystals. There you go. That's what the guys are putting in. This works right away on roots. It pushes the roots away right away. The copper sock, it won't work for about a year. That needs to be in the ground for a while so that it starts leaching into the subsoil, and then it'll do its magic. But together, that's a 1-2 punch right there. You want to fight all these roots, that's what you want to do.
If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up. It supports the channel. If you have any questions regarding this installation, leave them in the comments section. I'm your host, Robert Sherwood, and until the next video.